Hello everyone, welcome back to Dragon Age Origins, where today we are in the Gauntlet. And what we're doing, or in the previous episode, we discovered that the people of Haven are the members of the cult that we've been facing over the course of the last few episodes, believe that Andraste has risen as a dragon. And so we have been asked to go and corrupt the Urn of Sacred Ashes to destroy them, because Kolgrim seems to believe that will unleash the risen Andraste's full powers. However, we're not going to do that, because we are good maker-fearing citizens of Ferladen.
What is this place? It's different from the rest of the ruins.
It is different. Is this the actual temple?
I bid you welcome, Pilgrim.
You must be the Guardian.
Yes, I am the Guardian of the Ashes. I have waited years for this.
For someone to take the ashes?
No one can take the ashes. They belong here. It has been my duty, my life, to protect the urn and prepare the way for the faithful who come to revere Andraste. For years beyond counting have I been here, and shall I remain until my task is done and the Imperium has crumbled into the sea.
Okay, that makes sense. The Imperium is no longer as powerful as it once was.
Ah, is it not? Then perhaps this is the beginning of the end.
Who are the men who have taken over the rest of the temple?
When my brethren and I carried Andraste from Tevinter to this sanctuary, we vowed to forever revere her memory and guard her. I have watched generations of my brethren take up the mantle of their fathers. For centuries they did this, unwavering, joyful in their appointed task. But now they have lost their way. They have forgotten Andraste and their promise.
So the dragon is not Andraste then?
No. Our Andraste has gone to the Maker's side. She will not return. The dragon is a fearsome creature, and they must have seen her as an alternative to the absent Maker and his silent Andraste. A true believer would not require audacious displays of power.
He has a point. I mean, if you believe in something, you wouldn't need to see proof. As nice as I'm sure that is for some people to prove their belief to others. How did the belief spread to the rest of the disciples?
It began with an ancestor of the one known as Kolgrim. He saw himself as a new prophet, preaching the rebirth. Some disagreed with him. I heard their cries of pain and loss, which were quickly silenced.
Would you like me to get rid of these disciples?
The Maker will sit in judgment of them when the time comes.
I would like to see the urn.
You have come to honor Andraste, and you shall, if you prove yourself worthy.
But what if I'm not worthy?
then you will not come to the ashes. It is not my place to decide your worthiness. The Gauntlet does that. If you are found worthy, you will see the urn and be allowed to take a small pinch of the ashes for yourself. If not...
What is the Gauntlet?
The Gauntlet tells the true pilgrims from the false. You will undergo 4 tests of faith, and we shall see how your soul fares.
I hope this isn't going to drag me into the fate again. Can you tell me anything else about this Gauntlet?
You will understand what it is when you face it.
I'm not ready to enter the Gauntlet.
Return when you are ready, and I shall open the way.
I accidentally clicked on him as it was transitioning out. There was some stuff lying around. There's a vase over here with some boots. Some boots.
I see you have returned. Do you still seek the ashes? The Gauntlet awaits.
I am ready, Guardian.
Before you go, there is something I must ask. I see that the path that led you here was not easy. There is suffering in your past. Your suffering, and the suffering of others. You betrayed Jowan to Irving. He was almost killed, and he lost the one thing that mattered. Lily. Jowan trusted you. Tell me, do you think you failed Jowan?
No. Jowan brought it on himself for dabbling in blood magic.
Then you do not dwell on past mistakes. Neither yours, nor someone else's.
It's easy for others to judge what you've done in hindsight, but it doesn't make it any better.
It is sometimes difficult to see how our actions affect an outcome. But that does not mean our actions had no effect.
What's past is past. Why bring it up and open old wounds?
And what of those that follow you? Alistair, Knight, and Warden. You wonder if things would have been different if you were with Duncan on the battlefield. You could have shielded him from the killing blow. You wonder, don't you, if you should have died and not him?
Yes. If Duncan had been saved and not me, everything would be better. If I just had the chance, maybe I...
Ask your question, Guardian. I am ready.
You are ever the advisor, ready with a word of wisdom. Do you wonder if you spout only platitudes, burned into your mind in the distant past? Perhaps you are only a tool, used to spread the word of the circle and the chantry. Does doubt ever chip away at your truths?
You frame the statement in the form of a question, yet you already know our answers. There is no sense in hiding, is there? Yes, I do doubt at times. Only the fool is completely certain of himself.
And you? Why do you say the Maker speaks to you, when all know that the Maker has left? He spoke only to Andraste. Do you believe yourself her equal?
I never said that.
In Orlais you were someone. In Lothering, you feared you would lose yourself, become a drab sister, and disappear. When your brothers and sisters of the cloister criticized you for what you professed, you were hurt, but you also reveled in it. It made you special. You enjoyed the attention, even if it was negative.
You're saying that I made it up for the attention? I did not. I know what I believe.
The way is open. Good luck, and may you find what you seek.
Okay, so the thing with my answer was, like, in the circle we are taught, and it may just be propaganda of the chantry, but we are taught that that blood magic is dangerous and that it is wrong. Interesting. The Urn of Sacred Ashes. A test of faith. To reach the Urn of Sacred Ashes, you need to undergo a test of faith. The Guardian calls this test the Gauntlet. If you survive, you will have proven yourself worthy. The Gauntlet is now open to you.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak?
A tune.
Yes, I was Andraste's dearest friend in childhood, and always we would sing. She celebrated the beauty of life, and all who heard her would be filled with joy. They say the Maker himself was moved by Andraste's song, and then she sang no more of simple things.
Ooh. Interesting. So, I have never actually considered myself good with riddles, and the initial times where I have played through the Gauntlet, in fact, I think I've only ever done it once, I always went to the wiki to get the answers, because just, they confound me. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to throw my phone away, and we're going to see how we go. So we're going to move on to Brianna.
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak?
Oh, could you repeat that?
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak?
Be dreams.
A dream came upon me as my daughter slumbered beneath my heart. It told of her life, and of her betrayal and death. I am sorrow and regret. I am a mother weeping bitter tears for a daughter she could not save.
Okay. These aren't particularly hard at the moment. Thane Sharton.
I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong, that belongs also to me. Of what do I speak?
Home.
It was my dream for the people to have a home of their own, where we would have no masters but ourselves. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and thus we followed Andraste against the Imperium. But she was betrayed, and so were we.
Okay. Lady Vasily.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. Of what do I speak?
Vengeance.
Yes, my husband Hissarion would have chosen a quick death for Andraste. I made him swear that she would die publicly with her war leaders, that all would know the Imperium's strength. I am justice. I am vengeance. Blood can only be repaid in blood.
Okay. Disciple Havard.
The bones of the world stretched towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak?
The mountains?
Yes. I carried Andraste's ashes out of Tevinter into the mountains to the east, where she could gaze ever into her Maker's sky. No more fitting a tomb than this could we find.
Alright. So General Mayoth?
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak?
I need to hear that again.
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak?
Jealousy.
Yes, jealousy drove me to betrayal. I was the greatest general of the Alamari, but beside her I was nothing. Hundreds fell before her on bended knee. They loved her, as did the Maker. I loved her too. But what man can compare with a god?
Archon Hissarion and Disciple Catherine.
She wields the broken sword and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak?
Time.
That is not of what I speak.
Ouch. Oh, okay, I messed up.
Raving ahead.
Ow. That one hurt.
Done.
Okay, so I got that one wrong. One more.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword. Comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak? Yes, hunger was the weapon used against the wicked men of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker kindled the sun's flame, scorching the land. Their crops failed, and their armies could not march. Then he opened the heavens and bade the waters flow, and washed away their filth. I am Kefir, disciple of Andraste and commander of her armies. I saw these things done, and knew the Makers smiled on us.
Interesting. So, I got 7 out of 8 right.
Had fun with the riddle game?
You're not Joan.
I didn't think I'd fool you, but am I really a spirit, or is all this in your mind? Are you in the Fade, perhaps? Honestly, I don't know. I am part of the Gauntlet, I am Jowan, I am you. All these statements are true.
And what is your purpose here?
To speak to you and to offer advice. You have come so far since I saw you last. The last vestiges of your shackled life in the circle have all but fallen away. You are free of the past, and nothing will hold you back. Be strong, my friend. Do not falter. I have something for you. Use it well. It makes me happy, knowing you will be the mage that I never could.
Item received. Reflection. 1 constitution plus 15%. Healing effects received. Okay. Alright, we're going to put Alistair up front. We're going to drop Storm of the Century on them. Go in. Right. This is where we're going to start getting some trickiness. I need you over here. I need you forward a little bit.
Ready.
I just got locked into crushing prison. How did that happen? That's okay. Never mind that. We're just gonna heal everyone. We're gonna heal. And now we just got to heal Neria. Okay. Excellent. Now we just wait for the storm to pass. So that was probably one of the harder things to do. Andraste loved her disciples as she loved.
Hey, you see those thingies over on the side of that huge chasm? I bet they're used for something. Maybe I should touch them or stand on them?
Alistair, normal people tend to avoid strange-looking sections of floor thingies, as you say. They tend to be traps.
You don't really think they're traps, do you?
I'm pretty sure Liliana would have detected it. I missed that little bit of dialogue.
Look at that. I don't think it's solid enough to stand on, but that's it. That's an actual bridge piece right there. If we can get all the bridge pieces to be solid, we can make it across.
Okay, so we want that one.
Right.
Now we need
Yes.
Win. So we just need to figure out a way of getting them all to be solid. So it's this one we're moving him to. It's okay, I'll get there in the end. That activates those. Alistair moves to the opposite side. Here.
Ready.
Then you move to here.
What now? Hello.
Yaha! No, don't do that.
Maker's breath. Andraste only favored the combat.
Yeah, maybe.
I thought it was a legend. I didn't believe.
This altar is little more than a dusty stone slab. You can make out an inscription carved onto its face. Cast off the trappings of worldly life and cloak yourself in the goodness of spirit. King and slave, lord and beggar, be born in you in the Maker's light.
You have been through the trials of the Gauntlet. You have walked the path of Andraste, and like her, you have been cleansed. You have proven yourself worthy, pilgrim. Approach the sacred ashes.
Interesting. Okay, so what we're not going to do is pour the dragon blood, or the blood, into the urn. We're just going to take a pinch of the urn, from the urn, and we're going to leave. Because that's what we said we would do.
I never dreamed I would ever lay my eyes on the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I have no words to express.
I didn't think anyone could succeed in finding Andraste's final resting place. But here she is.
I could not have asked for a greater honor than to be here. I will never forget this feeling.
Alright, these are the earthly remains of Andraste, prophet and bride of the Maker. I'm going to take a pinch of the ashes. You take a pinch of the ashes and place it in a leather pouch. And then leave the urn alone. And I think what we will do is we will... Ooh. Probably just leave it here for now.
On my way.
What level is your... What is your cunning at? 25. And you have insufficient skill?
I'll do it.
That has got to be a joke, right?
Yes, of course. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I guess we're not getting into that chest. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this episode here. And what we can do is, because I'll have to cut out a section of me figuring out what I'm doing with the final, or not the final puzzle, but the second to last puzzle. What I will have to do, however, is... Yeah, so we're going to split it into... And in the next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to go out and we're going to deal with Kolgrim and the rest of those nutsacks. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. It is definitely, it was more of a puzzle episode. There wasn't as much action as normal. There was a bit more talking. And yeah, a bit more lore to do with the entire place. I wonder if the Gauntlet is kind of one of those areas in the realm of the living where the fade is kind of ruptured. Tell me what you think down below. And until next time. Oh no! Importantly, yeah, make sure that you comment down below what you think. You know, like, is the Gauntlet, you know, one of those strange areas where the fade and the world of the living intersect? make sure that you like this video, share it with your friends, and you hit the subscribe button. And on screen you'll see on one side it will be a video in the previous it will be a video. I think it's the most recent upload, or it may be previous video in the playlist. I can't remember which. I am still new at this outro. And on the other side will be one randomly selected by YouTube's algorithm. If I remember what the two videos were supposed to be, I will get there eventually. I am recording this before every other episode for this week though, so if it looks like my outro is kind of degraded, that might be why. Until next time, keep being awesome everyone, and I'll see you around.